is Sarika, and in this video I will be going over systems of equations and solving system of equations through graphing. 8th graders, there were problems in your packet that had to do with systems of equations with graphing, but I did want to spend this week going over systems of equations with graphing because we are going to get to substitution next week and then elimination the week after that. This is the first official day of remote learning. Today is April 13th, 2020, and remember, if you comment on this video with a question or something new you've learned, that would be your participation credit for the week. Remember, let's be respectful and kind. So let's get started. So first of all, what is a system? A system is a set of two equations. It can be more. It's at least two, though, for it to be a system. And what do we notice about these two equations right in the top left corner? Y equals 3x plus 2 and y equals negative x minus b. We know the equations are in y equals mx plus b form. I'm going to write that over here. Y equals mx plus b form. We are very comfortable working with mx plus b form. I know it's been a couple of weeks. M stands for slope and b stands for y-intercept. We can use both of these terms to help us graph. And the whole point of this lesson is to solve the system. And to solve the system, we have to graph both of these equations. We have to graph y equals 3x plus 2, and we have to graph y equals negative x minus 4. And where the two lines intersect, because we know these are both lines, the point where they intersect is called the answer to the system. That's it. All we need to do is find where the point intersects, where the two lines intersect. But I do need background knowledge of remembering how to graph. Hopefully none of you guys forgot how to graph. Well, if you did, I will go over. Again, so let's graph the first. 3 is the slope, and 2 is the y-intercept. I always graph my y-intercept first, and the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And which one is the y-axis? The y-axis is the vertical axis. And which one is the x-axis? The x-axis is the horizontal axis. So if the y-intercept is 2, it's the point where the line crosses the y-axis, the vertical axis. So I go 1, 2, and I'm going to put a big dot right there. And then my slope. Remember, slope equals y over x, or rise over run. So if it's 3, it's I rise 3 and I run 1. I rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and I run 1. I rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and I run 1. I rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and I run 1. And I can continue down here. Continue the line, so we'll go down and right here. And then one, two, three. Up 1, 2, 3, 1. That looks like a lot of points. I will be using a straight edge. I know that many of you always ask if I have a ruler, but I don't. So I'm going to be using a pencil as a straight edge. I do not, you can connect the points, you can use a straight edge. Again, it's not a huge deal. I'm just looking for the point of intersection between the two lines. So I graphed line number 1. I'm going to do it in green. And I'm going to do the other line in, let's see if the red works. Would have been smart for me to check to see if it worked before, but it does. Great. Okay, again, I already can tell that the second line is in y equals mx plus b form, or slope-intercept form. Great. My y-intercept is negative 4. So the point where the line crosses the y-axis, against the y-axis is the vertical line, is negative 4. So negative 1, negative 4. I'm right here. Hopefully you can see that red. I'm trying to make the dot really big. And the slope is, if it's negative x, the slope, What's 1 times x? Well, 1 times x is x. So negative 1 times x is negative x because different signs, same signs positive, different signs negative. Negative. So then it's negative 1. So I go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And I can continue this way, continuing the line this way. Up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. And look, I see an intersection point. Okay. I wish I would have checked to make sure it was a whole number point, but that is okay. Can we see where this intersection point? I'm going to put a big black dot. It's where the 2 lines cross. The 2 lines cross at exactly 1 point, and they cross right at this big black dot. And because it's not an exact whole number, I'm going to guesstimate, which is totally cool. It is, remember, coordinates always go x and then y. They always go x and then y. And remember, the x-axis is horizontal and the y-axis is vertical. So the point is right here. It's about negative 1, negative 1.5, negative 1.5, and then down it's 1, 2, about negative 2.5. So our coordinate is the point where the 2 lines intersect, where the green line and the red line intersect, the 2 lines we graphed. That is the point. This point is the solution to the system of equations. When you are doing the handout, which is assignment 1, which is due Friday at 4 p.m., I need you guys to write the coordinate at which the 2 lines intersect. And you need to circle the coordinate. So in this case, it's negative 1/2, that's the x value, and negative 2/2, the y value. Please remember to write the coordinate of where the 2 lines intersect. Okay, I will be posting another video soon of me doing the first problem on the homework. Ideally, you would have the first problem done because remember, this is all based on effort, and if you can do it, if you at least have 1 problem done, that's a little bit of effort. Okay, so stay tuned for another video. Bye-bye.